Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as the title suggests, it's going to be a foolproof, bulletproof, sweat-proof makeup. I'm not necessarily going to say it's waterproof because, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure if you can absolutely dive into a pool with this makeup, but I will say that this is going to last you throughout a workout, throughout your entire day, whether it's hot, whether it's blazing hot, whether it's a freaking desert outside. This makeup is going to last you like you would not believe. Trust me when I tell you, as a girl with oily skin who lives in California, who is currently sitting under a ring light, and it's like 103 degrees outside right now, this makeup is not going to move. Trust me when I tell you that. It is neutral, I am going to say that, and I'm very sorry because I know a lot of you guys are like kind of getting really sick of the neutral looks that I do on my channel. I'm sorry I keep it so neutral here. It's just my comfort zone. I love neutral looks. I live for like the minimalistic kind of makeup look. I do like colorful, like kind of out there looks here once in a while, but I do mainly gravitate to, you know, I'm a creature of habit, guys. I'm sorry, but I am going to work on getting more colorful tutorials up for you guys. But the reason I wanted to keep this neutral is because I find that neutral looks are the most universal, and universally everybody wants a bulletproof, sweat-proof, long-wearing makeup, especially if you have oily skin. This is just a makeup that I compiled to be more universal than not, and neutral makeup is more universal than not, so that is why, you know, I kept it really neutral with this look. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell because I do upload quite often. Let me tell you, I love what I do here on YouTube, and I love you guys. I love my subscribers, and I feel like I'm rambling now, but if you guys want to see how I achieve this look and how I achieve a bulletproof, sweat-proof, water resistant, let's use that word, water resistant makeup, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so the only thing that I have done is my brows. For my brows, I went ahead and just used my Mariaagloriaa DipBrow Pomade. The reason I use this is because it is a waterproof product, and I have tried this out on many hot days and it never ever budges, at least on me, and I have really thick, coarse brows. And I love how this wears. You can swim with it and it won't move. I absolutely love it. And then to set my brows in place, I just use my Givenchy Mr. Groom Brow, which you guys know I love. Very bougie product, but a very good product. Now it's time to prime. Priming is crazy important when you want a locked and loaded bulletproof, when you want a makeup that is going to last you through the heat, through the sweat. Primer is something that is so key. You can absolutely just not skip this step at all. And I am going to use two primers you guys have seen me use before. That is my perfect primer combination when I want a foolproof makeup look. I have oily skin and this works on me. I'm not using anything with silicone. I'm not using anything that's necessarily pore filling, but something that I know is going to hold onto my makeup and it's going to grab my makeup and it's going to make it last. I'm going to use my Urban Decay B6 Prep Priming Spray. You guys know that I love using priming sprays. I am so obsessed with this one. It's so perfect, so lightweight, yet so oil controlling, and I love it. And my Milk Makeup The Blur Stick. You guys know I'm so obsessed with this product. Ever since I've gotten it, this is still my first one, and it has lasted me such a long time. Milk Makeup was actually awesome and sent this to me in PR, and they sent me 3. I gave one to my mom. I kept one as a backup because it's that amazing, and I absolutely love this stuff. I can't get over it. After you've let your primer set, which is very important, you don't want to go in with your foundation right after your primer. Let your primer set. Let your primer develop that layer on top of your skin that's going to help adhese the foundation. Let it really set. Be patient with it. I let mine set for about 1 to 2 minutes, sometimes more than that. Like, I'll do my makeup, I do my brows, put on my primer, and then I'll go make myself like a drink or something, and then I'll come back and then I'll put on my foundation because I know it's really like mended and, you know, built that layer. So another really important step is to be patient and let your primer really set. Now I'm going to go in with foundation. For foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I'm in the shade 108 Caramel Beige, especially right now because, you know, I'm tan and whatnot. This foundation, guys, is, I know a lot of people don't like it. Like I said before, if you have dry skin, don't even look at it. Don't make eyes at it. Don't make contact with it because it's not for you, fam. It's not going to do anything for you other than dry you out more. But if you have oily skin and you really want a foundation that's affordable, that's going to last throughout the day, that's going to help control your oils and that is gonna stay looking beautiful, look no further. So bomb. It lasts forever. It beats out the longwear of a lot of my higher end foundations, and it's at the drugstore. Like, now I like to work my foundation in layers, and what I mean by that is I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna grab a foundation brush. This one's from e.l.f. Nothing really special. I put some on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna grab it with the foundation brush and just kind of paint it in thin layers onto my skin. I find that doing this not only gives you a more flawless finish to your foundation, but it makes your foundation honestly last longer because it's not like caked up. It's not like too thick to where it's literally gonna melt off of your skin. It's going to literally like just melt onto your skin and just like do such an amazing little transformation. So once I have that painted on with the foundation brush, then I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender. And here's my little trick that also helps my makeup last just that much longer, is I'll spray my beauty blender with my priming spray. This priming spray, like I mentioned before, has oil control properties in it, which I love. Then I'm going to go ahead and just pounce this into my skin. And I like to pounce into my skin, and I don't really worry about it too much. I know a lot of people are like, oh, that clogs your pores, but I'm putting makeup on, guys, not to not clog my pores. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. That's just what happens when you wear makeup, so I'm not too worried about that. That's when skincare comes into play, and that's when you really just have to remember to exfoliate at night. Now I'm going to go ahead and just build up another layer right here because I want more coverage in this area. My hormones lately, guys, because I've been so stressed since my car accident, which, by the way, if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys know all about it. I recently got into a car accident. I don't want to say too much about it, but if you guys don't see me moving so much, it's because I'm still really brittle and still really sore, but I wanted to film so bad. I think this breakout really just came out of that as well because I've been super stressed. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer a more foundation onto just that area, just to really give me some more coverage because I can't stand the look of just dark spots on the skin, especially for me, which I have hyperpigmentation. So when I'm going through it, when my skin's going through it, you could just tell because of the darkness that happens. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, now that we have a nice thin layer of foundation on, we can go ahead and just let that sit. Again, really just let that sit onto the skin. It's very important to work in thin layers when doing your makeup. I feel like I've mentioned that before on my channel, but if I haven't, here's like my little secret to making my makeup last a long time is to work in layers. I just find that when you have a thin layer foundation on, it doesn't make you as oily, it doesn't break up as fast, and it really just looks so much more natural on the skin and so much more flawless. So I like to work in layers personally, and like I said, it's just a key ingredient for a long-lasting foundation. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to eyes. For eyes, I'm going to go ahead and keep it super simple. As you guys can see, I just dragged down the concealer that I used to clean up my brows, which was my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus concealer, and whatever foundation was left on my beauty blender, which was the Pro Man Infallible, and that's going to work as my primer. It's really important to prime the eyelids, whether you use foundation, concealer, or an actual eyelid primer. It's so important and so key. But the products that we're going to use today, I'm very excited to share with you guys because these, only your eye makeup remover will take these products off. I swear to you. What I'm going to do real quickly is just set that eye. And to set it, I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is just a translucent powder, which I honestly really love. And it's just going to set the eye. It's not going to do anything crazy. And what setting your eye primer is going to do is, one, it's going to help your eyeshadows not skip because powder on top of powder blends better than powder on top of liquid. When you try to blend powder on top of liquid, especially if it's still wet, that's when you're going to see a lot of your eyeshadow skip and just cling onto those wet patches. And it's just going to help give you a nice base, a nice clean canvas for you to paint on. This is probably going to be like the most easiest eyeshadow you're ever going to see, but it's going to look like you took a long time on it, which is such a blessing for somebody who's in a hurry, somebody who's a mom like I. So I just received my Ipsy glam bag yesterday, and I'm actually going to use some products out of it, which I'm so excited. This video isn't sponsored by Ipsy. They have no idea who I am. I just love their little subscription service. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab this guy right here, which I'm so excited that I got in my bag. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay waterproof bronzer. Hashtag waterproof. That's exactly what I was looking for. So when I saw this, I was so excited because I was literally gonna have to purchase a waterproof bronzer for this look, but this baby came in my Ipsy glam bag and I'm so stoked for that. So this is actually gonna serve as our transition shade. It is a gorgeous, not matte but not super shimmery bronzer, and like I said, this is just kind of gonna serve as our transition shade. And for our actual lid color, since we just kind of dusted that all over our eye, I'm going to go in with my Color Tattoo by Maybelline. This is the Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. This is in the shade Bronze Sheen. This is such a stunning eye product. It's from the drugstore. It does not move, and it comes in the most delicious bronze golden shade, which is so perfect for the summer. I'm so obsessed with this. This does not come off. The Maybelline color tattoos, period, do not come off until you want them to and you go in with your actual makeup remover, because this stuff is potent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just tap this on one of my lids at a time, because it does kind of dry fast. At least on me it dries fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tap that on my lid and blend it out using a small kind of shading brush. Okay, now that we're kind of done blending that out, or not kind of, we're definitely done blending that out. It looks like we did a lot more than we actually did. We honestly just used 2 eye products and we just, you know, blended them out, and they're really not that difficult to blend out. Like I said, the only thing with the color tattoo is you really have to work fast with it, because it does dry fast, and once it dries down and it's not going to go anywhere, which is definitely a good thing about it, but just something to keep in mind. And this guy, I went ahead and just put on some eyeliner off camera because I have to be like right here to do my eyeliner, and it didn't come out amazing. Let's not judge though. I'm super brittle, but I just used my Essence Dip eyeliner, and this is waterproof and super black. It dries down to a matte finish, which is why I love it. It's not the easiest eyeliner for me to use because I'm so used to felt tip pens, but this is a really good eyeliner and I really do like it. It's so black, so matte, and like waterproof, so this is definitely a summer staple. For mascara, I'm going to use my favorite Doucce Punk Volumizer mascara. You guys know how I feel about this mascara. I'm so obsessed with it. This doesn't claim to be waterproof, but let me tell you, this mascara doesn't move. Like, it doesn't claim to be waterproof. Like, nothing on the bottle says that it's waterproof, but it wears for such a long time, and I've swam with this mascara on and it doesn't move on me, and I just think it's so dope. You guys know how I feel about this mascara. It's amazing. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to concealer. For concealer, I'm going to use my probably all-time favorite concealer now. This is my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus concealer. This is such a long-wearing matte finish concealer. I just love this. The coverage is gorgeous. Everything about this is so stunning. I use the shade Light Medium Beige, and it is the most perfect concealer of life. I'm telling you, this does not budge or move. I'm also going to go ahead and cream contour, because I feel like nothing makes your makeup last longer than when you cream contour and then set it with a powder. Like, I feel like that makes your makeup so foolproof. So the cream contour I'm going to use is actually out of this little bad bitch right here. This little, you know, drugstore product. This is the KEVYN. It's called the Contour Book Volume 2, The Art of Sculpting and Defining, and this is what she looks like. She's absolutely stunning, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use this cream contour right here. This is called the Sculpting Cream, and we're just gonna play makeup with it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out using my beauty blender. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous ashy cool shade to contour with. This is so beautiful, so stunning, and it is working so well with my skin tone right now. Like, look at that. It just looks like a natural shadow. Now we're gonna go ahead and bake, which is so absolutely important, like key, like law, like absolute regulation when you want your makeup to really last throughout the day. I have so many setting powders, but the one I'm really fixed on right now and have been loving is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This keeps me so matte, but yet so airbrush looking. It's such a flawless powder, and it's not so light. Like, I mean, they have different shades, but this one really isn't gonna give you like a stark white under eye. It's not going to give you any flashback or anything. It's just going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cooking powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that powder, and to set the bronzer, I mean, or the contour or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my KEVYN book, which, by the way, guys, this was sent to me, and when I got it, I was so freaking excited. I was literally like that freaking fish from SpongeBob who was like, "Hi, KEVYN." That was actually SpongeBob. That was actually the homie SpongeBob, but that was legit me. I was just like, I was so freaking excited when I saw this book. Like, it's so luxurious. It's so freaking dope looking, and the product inside is just, it's stunning. It has eyeshadows too, which, I mean, come on, just look at them. They're just ridiculous looking. So I'm going to go ahead and use this guy right here, and this I'm just going to use to carve out my cheekbones a little bit more. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off all that bake. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with this Luxie brush and kind of just wash everything away. When it comes to like right here, I just kind of just, you know, dust it all away. Don't really have a specific really pattern. But once I hit my forehead and especially under the eyes, you guys have seen me do this, but I have a way of dusting the powder off right here is I hold it very lightly, almost in the back end of the brush. And I just do really small circular motions under the eyes and on the forehead because I find that doing this gives you the most flawless under eyes ever. Like, you're not going to see any pores, you're not going to see any fine lines, you're just going to see like the most flawless looking skin. I just find that this method is so foolproof, and trust me, we've let that powder sit there for a while. Your concealer and your powder, like, it's just not going to go away. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm actually going to go into the contour book, and I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is Cool Tan, and I'm just going to wash this under my lash line right here, just really lightly. And then I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is called Candlelight Powder, and I believe this is their highlighting powder, and I'm going to set this or put this into my inner corners of my eyes, and I'm just going to use this Sigma crease brush to do so. To go ahead and bronze up my face and really return the color back into my face, I'm going to use my Rimmel Natural Bronzer, which is waterproof, y'all, and it is drug proof and super affordable. You guys haven't tried this out yet? What are you waiting for? I'm a little disappointed at you. And now for blush, I'm going to go ahead and use this one from Sigma. This is Core de Rosa, and this is such a stunning blush, and it is so long wearing. I'm absolutely obsessed with this blush. I've used it a lot on my channel, and it's just the most perfect burnt kind of mauve shade, and it's not super summer appropriate, but I think it's perfect for this look because it's really just going to keep like the toned down kind of neutral vibe. See, it doesn't really look like we have a lot going on, but there's definitely something there. This is why I love this blush so much. Sigma absolutely killed it with this one. And now for highlight, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my little sculpting book. This video is not sponsored by KEVYN, not at all. I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to receive this, but there's a big difference between getting free makeup, guys, and then a sponsored video. Trust me, there's a huge difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this brush from Aesthetica, and I'm going to grab the Candlelight Powder. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up. In my mirror, I can definitely see some iridescence, but this isn't a very highlighty, like metallic highlight, which I'm not gonna lie, those are my favorite kind of highlights, is the very light, minimal, just glowing from within highlights. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. So I definitely like this, but I will say if you like a more metallic highlight, definitely do something else. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put on or top this highlight off with my Artist Couture Diamond, I think it's called their Diamond Glow Powder, and this one is in the shade Conceited. I'm so excited to try this. They were so kind and sent me a bunch of their Diamond Glow powders to review. I can't talk today. They sent me a bunch of their Diamond Glow powders to review, which I'm so thankful for. Thank you so much, Artist Couture. I'm so in love with the original Illuminati one that I tried because of my BoxyCharm, and I'm so excited to try this one. So like I said, this one is in the shade Conceited, and I'm just gonna put this on the highest point of my highlights, so on the very top of my cheekbones and like my nose and stuff. Just like that. See, that's looking very, very, very stunning. And now I'm gonna go ahead and actually, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara on my lower lash line, and then we're gonna come back and do the lips. And now for lips, I'm going to go ahead and use this matte liquid lipstick from Rimmel. This stays on the lips, you guys, but yet it is so comfortable. It's such a dope formula, and the drugstore really doesn't have a lot of great options when it comes to liquid lipsticks, but Rimmel seriously has set the flippin' standard. These are so good, I can't even explain it to you. And I'm going to use the shade Mocha because I really want to keep this look nice and neutral. So I just went ahead and put a light layer of this on. And the reason I put on a light layer is because we're actually going to top this off with a lip gloss. So I didn't want a really chunky, like really opaque lip. I just really wanted something that was going to be a nice kind of semi-permanent base for the lip topper we're going to put on top, which is going to be one of these bad bitches. Oh my god, I'm so excited to try these out. These are again from KEVYN. These are the Molten lip color. colors. They're basically lip toppers, and let me show you how freaking stunning they are. This is Cyber Opal. Can we talk about it? Like, look at that. And then we have Cyber Sky, which they're just super glittery, and this one has like a blue tinge and this one has like a pinky tinge. So I'm definitely going to use this one, but just look at them, guys. Like, they're so stunning. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead and use Cyber Opal. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Okay, now the only thing we have left to do is to set our work down, which just like priming was important, setting is important if you really want this makeup to last. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the same priming spray that I used. This is from Scandinavia and Urban Decay. I think they like work together to make this bad boy. And you guys know I love my Scandinavia prep priming spray as well. And this is for oil control, guys. So I always use this to set my makeup more times than not. And it works so well as a setting spray as well as a priming spray. So all around, just invest in this product. It's lasted me forever. And I use this like every day. And you guys see how much I like rain down on my face with this. Alright guys, that completes this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. And as for my hair, surprise surprise guys, I'm not going to do anything crazy to it. I'm really trying to stay away from heat this summer, and this is actually my normal hair when I just put mousse in it. And I very rarely put products in my hair, guys, but I'm somebody that can't really go natural with my hair. My hair is at the stage in its life where it's like just not listening to me and it's not obeying, but I'm trying to keep it a lot more healthy by not putting a lot of product on it. Like, this is just oil and mousse, and the mousse I used is very particular. I'll talk about it in another video, but this is my natural hair and I just decided to keep it this way. If you guys want to see how I achieve this look, go ahead and request it down below. I'll be happy to do that for you guys. The thing with me and waterproof makeup and waterproof makeup tutorials is I don't ever want to swim with a full face. You know, I could go like this to a beach and be completely happy with it, you know, take a little Instagram selfie and whatnot and look hot and poppin', but I don't really wear makeup with the idea that I'm gonna go swimming. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when like this makeup is definitely water resistant, but I definitely wouldn't jump in a pool with this, if that makes sense for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys want to see more videos of mine, just click on some over here. Click on my face to subscribe if you haven't already, which I respect it if you don't. Go on, do your thing, shorty. I got nothing but love for you. I'm rambling now. I'm gonna let you go. Bye guys.